So today we're gonna test out our product, not this one, our product controller and all of the routes that we created. So we're gonna make another test file and also make sure you update this to API. And I'm also gonna export const database here to be process.env.mongo URI underscore test. I was having trouble with, for some reason, Mongo was just not respecting the databases. So it was always dropping this one instead of my test one for some reason. So I'm just gonna use the same one for now. And if anyone knows why that's happening, please tell me. I would really like to know why. So the reason why I'm putting these two here, because they access the environment files, and I'm actually gonna get rid of .env from both of our test files, because I don't want it there. Oops, that was the wrong button. That was also not the right button. Okay, let me just, there. Okay. So yeah, let's first create our test file for products. So touch product. No, not. It's in the test directory. Product end-to-end spec.ts, and then start our server here. I'm using the same database, so it doesn't matter. But you should be in the habit of typing in start test. And we're just gonna, before I made this, well, let's first check if all of our tests still run correctly. So just yarn test, and the product should fail because it doesn't exist. So, yep, so our auth test works, and our root test also works, and then the product fails because there's no test inside it. So that's a thing. So let's start our test file. I'm gonna do some named imports because the other things I could import automatically. These, since they're named, they're gonna require us to actually do it manually, so I'm gonna do that. So Mongoose, I also want Axios, and Supertest, which we name as request, because that's the convention. And oh no. Okay. I'm gonna also, let's see. Let's just steal this. So 14G $ yank and P. So that'll do that. And there's a couple things we want to do before our describe block. But first, let's actually make it. I'm gonna name this the product test suite. So, a couple things we need to do. Oh, make sure you import things correctly. So, in the global scope of this file, I'm gonna have a seller token, which is a string. I'm also gonna have a product seller, which is just gonna be the register DTO that we need to import. And I'm just gonna do seller true. Username is also going to be product seller, password is password. There. I'm not using these, and whenever I save, they go away, so I'm gonna not save. So the reason why the username is different from the one in auth is because I am still not 100% convinced that these tests occur synchronously. So I'm gonna differentiate my seller user objects for the time being until I have a good indicator that they work synchronously. So in the before all, I'm actually going to use Axios to get the seller token that we're going to be using throughout the test suite. So let's see, const, and then we're going to destructure data, and then nested destructuring of getting token from Axios.post, and this is going to be app slash auth slash register, and we're gonna sell it. We're gonna send in the product seller, and we don't need the config here, so that's okay. We can now import app, so let's do that. And also initialize our seller token in the global scope to this token. Alright, still need to use request before I can save, so let's not save. So, let's write out all of our expectations. So it should list all products. It should list my products because I have that extra route in there to list the seller's products. Should read create products. Should read products. Should update products, and it should delete product. So I'm just doing the two lists and then all the CRUD operations. You can get more in depth into this, but that should be good enough for now. Oh, one last thing. We actually have a way to test was it sellers? So we have a way to test seller authorization. So we could add another test down here. So this is gonna be should respect seller token. And I think what's with this random line? Alright, let's see, I'm just gonna return request app here, and this is gonna be a get to the product slash mine sets I don't actually need this line, so let's get rid of that. Sets authorization to bearer, and this is the seller token from the auth test, not seller login, token. And we just expect 200. 200 is the default status code for all routes. So we have an additional test for our auth suite, which is good. And it's going to be pretty much the same thing for this specific one right here. So I guess we can just copy it. I'll copy it from here. So 109G dollar yank go back to the product thing, and oh, I copied too much, so I don't need those two. That looks fine, I think. Did I do anything else? No, I think that's good. And then also, for listing everything, it should just return a 200 for basically everyone. So we're just going to do that. .get / product dot expect 200. So basically, these two tests aren't that great right now. We can expect more later on. But I don't really know what to test for exactly because testing is still a weak spot for me. So I think this is good for now. So in our create, or in all of our CRUD routes, we're gonna be a little more in depth. So in create, we're gonna do this. So return, actually I'm gonna, at the top of our describe block, right here, I'm gonna define a couple constants. So the first one is gonna be product. And we can actually give it the type of create product DTO. And what is actually the type for this? No, not this. So we just need title, image, description, price. So we can do that. Title, I'm just gonna do new phone. Description, description. Price is actually a number, so I'll just do 10. And what was the last thing? It was image, right? Yeah. And which right now is gonna be NA. I actually have no idea how I'm gonna do file uploads. I should actually look into that. Anyways, and also I'm gonna do product ID string, and this is gonna be a let variable that we have in the describe scope, and we're gonna set this in one of the tests. So in create is where we're gonna do it. So we're just gonna do request at dot create is a post, and we're gonna go to product. Let's see, we need to send it data, and this is going to be the product variable. Expect, and expect, this one's going to be 201. We're actually going to do HTTP status dot created. Okay, so in here, I'm going to destructure body. And we're going to use some other expectations. Oh, we should set the authorization. So authorization bearer seller token. And also let's set the accept to application JSON, so that we can send body correctly, the JSON body. And let's see. So first, let's expect that body has an ID, and this just has to be defined. And if it is, we will set the product ID to it. Product ID equals to body._ID, and then expect body dot what's on the thing. So title is gonna be to equal product.title, and we're gonna do this for each of the attributes. body.description to equal product.description expects body.price to equal product.price. Is that all of it? Oh, and then the image. To equal product.image. Alright, I believe that's all we need. Oh, we also need to check if this product belongs to the owner. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Expect body.owner.username, and I'm just going to do this to equal, what did I call it? Product seller. Okay, cool. Product seller.username. Alright, so we have a couple tests now, so that's good. And then now we're going to use this attribute for the next 3. So read should be pretty self-explanatory. It should actually be almost identical to this. So this is 3 G yank say 1 G P, and we just need to change this to a get dd and oh, we should also change this to a template string, so let's do that. So then we can send in the product ID, and instead of to be defined, we can just set it to equal product ID. Alright, so we have the create, read, and now we just need to do the update, which is going to be pretty similar, so nope. Alright. Up here, 67G. Oops. What was it? 53. Yank. Alright, this is going to be a post, so, or not a post, a put. Everything should be pretty similar. We're going to do that other change to here. And we're actually going to send in just one change. So it could be, this is expecting a partial, so it could be any of the properties. I'm just going to do title to new title. And then just change this to not equal to the old title. And that looks good so far, I think. This is a put, blah, 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 blah. Oh, right. I gotta change this to OK. And also gotta change this one to OK. And product ID. Okay. And then finally, delete is going to be a little different. So we're just going to do, we're going to do a sync await here, because I'm going to actually use Axios here to send a delete request to app/ product slash product ID. And then we also need to send in the configuration. Wait, delete doesn't take a body? I thought it could. Anyways, yeah. So headers, auth, bearer, seller token goes here, and then what's gonna happen is that we're gonna delete the product first, and then we're gonna try to do a find, and the lookup to the product should give us an error. So we're actually gonna expect an error here. Request dot gets, of course. So this is also a template string. Product slash product ID, and we're just gonna expect HTTP status dot no content. There it is, no content. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna expect the delete to fail because we're not we haven't accounted for this specific case yet. So everything else looks to be okay. So I'm just gonna run the test and see what we need to fix. Yarn test. Ping works, of course. Alright, so let's see what failed. Auth works also. We have 2 failed tests, and they're all coming from the product suite. So update doesn't work and delete doesn't work. Why doesn't update work? I don't remember. Let's see. Oh, right. Yeah. That is because I made the assumption that we didn't have to do a refind in the update, but we actually do, which is kind of annoying. So this update actually saves it to the database, but what we're returning is still the old product before it's saved, because Mongo does that. So instead of return product.populate, we're going to return await this dot product, come on, dot product model dot find by ID, and that should fix the update test. And then the delete, this part works fine, but the find, we actually have to check if, where is it? There we go. And we actually have to check if the product exists. So const product equals, and at the very bottom we're going to return product. If there is no product, we're going to throw an error. Throw new HTTP exception with the status that we're expecting, which is HTTP status dot no content. That one. And I'm just gonna give this send a message of product does not exist. Is that a good message? What was the other one that I had? That's fine actually. So if we rerun the test, our test should all work now. So everything should be good, or not. And that is because should update product is still false. Oh, right. That's because I didn't populate the owner. which we were supposed to do. Where's update? There you go. Populate, nope, not polygon. Populate owner. Let's try that again. And there you go, all tests passed. So these are the tests that we should try to maintain as the app grows. And yeah, all right. I will see you guys next time where we start doing. I think actually I'm gonna try to tackle file uploads because I don't know how to do that. So yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.